Welcome back to my apiary. I think it's the 23rd of June, 2021. The days are becoming a blur. They're going so fast. We're post-solstice now. Not far, but we are. It's all downhill from here. Honey flow should be right on the cusp. I believe the bees are heading off south here to get something. I sure hope they are. June has been quite a dearth. I've been watching them and getting pretty low on stores. But there's lots of activity. Yesterday I did a graft. I actually set up a second cell builder over here, and I did a graft of 60 cells. I put 30 cells in each of my 2 cell starters. I'm planning to run those a little differently. The cell starters seem to be feeding the cells better than the cell finishers. I'm going to leave them in the cell starters longer. Maybe not quite till capping. My theory is that the cell finisher protects the cell builder. And because I've got a lot of queens mating over here in the apiary, we have virgins flying on a nice day. I'm told virgins can almost smell a queenless hive. And I've actually seen examples of that right here. As you may remember, I've taken the queens out of a lot of these hives. This is what I need to do here today, is check for cells. I want to get rid of the rogue cells. But back to the builders. With the amount of virgins I have around here, they'll smell out that builder and enter it and tear down my cells. Entering the builder and messing it up, that's one thing. Losing 60 cells, that's different. Assuming I get 100% take, which I'm actually getting pretty close. I have had 15 out of 15. I think my best out of 30 was 29. So I don't believe they'll tear down a cell that's not capped. Maybe they will. But if I can take that frame of cells to the finisher, to the queen rate finisher, before they're capped, and just for the last day or so, just so they can cap those off, then that should protect the builder a bit. At least protect the cells in the vulnerable builder. Now there's also a danger in the finisher, and that danger is from early emergence. I'm finding that these queens are emerging starting the day before and the day of expected emergence. So if a queen emerges into that finisher early, she ruins all my plants. She'll tear down all my cells. You know, everything's gone. So my incubator protects my finisher. Day 8 after graft, which is about 2 days before emergence, I take those out of the finisher, put them in my incubator, and they sit there. I did that yesterday, and the cells that I have in the incubator now are due to emerge by the book Saturday, so they'll start on Friday. So I have 60 cells in there. Goodness knows what I'm going to do with 60 cells. Well, we'll find something. I haven't got my minis rocking and rolling yet. I have a bunch of my mini frames in the brood chamber of some stronger colonies. I need to check those, and I will be checking those in the next few days. And what my hope is there, that I can go to those colonies and pull those brood frames, pull those mini frames out, and hopefully they'll be brood frames. Hopefully they'll be drawn and the queen will have laid in them. Because if there's a little bit of brood on that mini frame, that'll hold the bees into the mini nuke. Holding bees in the mini nuke has proven to be quite a challenge. Getting them drawn is a challenge, but holding the bees in them. So brood is an anchor. brood should help hold the bees in them. So when I visit those colonies, check those minis. If there's brood on them, then I'll be in good shape. I won't have enough to take all 60 cells, but I also have mating going on over here. As those mate, they'll move over to some of these queenless hives, queenless splits, etc., and free up my full mating nukes. Do you want to see what's in the builders? Let's go see how many of my yesterday's grafts took. I had a hard time yesterday. I had a very difficult graft. I don't run a queen timing frame or queen timing box. I just go to my apiary and try and find appropriately aged larvae. Hopefully next year I can set myself up with a nice queen timing box to choose my breeder queen and be able to cycle those frames through. And I can explain how that kind of works later. There's different ways to do it. You just sequester the queen into with an empty comb frame, and then she'll lay into that. And for the fourth day, then you take that frame, and it should have appropriately aged larvae. So that was the first thing. I was having a hard time finding, and I needed 60 of them, so I had to take quite a few frames. The other thing is, I actually had what I think was a migraine headache, a bit of a migraine headache, and couldn't really see very well. Things weren't that clear. That made it really hard. I'm still not feeling 100%, but feeling much better right now. Had some breakfast, had some coffee, had some water. I think a lack of water yesterday was part of my problem. Working out here, not enough water. But anyway, enough about me. Let's check these builders, see how many of these 60 cells took. Okay, this is a syrup feeder. I didn't put very much in it because my pail was nearly empty. This colony has tons of feed in it. The new builder has less feed in it, so I put a lot more feed in the feeder. Make sure they didn't run out. So I need to lift this off as a unit. Giving them a pollen patty. I don't want to smoke these a lot, but just a little bit. I'm going gloveless again, so I need a little bit of room to work. It looks like they're chewing on that a little bit. I don't imagine they're in dire need of pollen supplement, but you just give them everything they could possibly want. Just so many bees in here. It's hard to pull the frame up. Okay. Let's see if I can just smoke the bees off. Oh, it looks like we got a good take. We got one miss here. Haha. 29 out of 30. And they're feeding them. There's a nice pool of royal jelly in every one of them except that miss. Very nice. Leave them be. Leave them be bees. It's I do it probably for curiosity's sake only, but you kind of want to do this to get an idea of what you're looking at when these mature. You have to make plans with your incubator and your nukes and whatnot. So I'll bring you around here and we'll look at this one. So this feeder has more syrup in it. There was a patty. I think it stuck to the feeder. This builder is not as strong, but it's still pretty strong. There's a lot of bees there. Lay that down, smoke them off. Okay, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 misses. So that's 25. It's 25 out of 30. There's 5 misses down on this side. And I remember this is a darker bar, and that was the last one I grafted. I was probably getting tired. I was not having a good time. But they seem to be really building nicely, feeding them well. And, you know, if I was concerned about the population, which I don't think I need to be, this builder is queenless as well, and it has an absolute overabundance of bees. I can shake some in here because they're queenless as well, and they'll be fine. I think I'm going to leave well enough alone. They seem to be building just fine. Yeah, check the bottom, and there's a patty stuck to that. Okay, enough playing around. What I'm checking for here is rogue queen cells. These colonies weren't building up. They're just something wrong with them. So I took the queens out a week ago, and that's enough time for them to have started up cells. And I'm not in the mood to work real slow today. I need to get this done, so I'm going to glove up. I'm kind of enjoying the no gloves life, but it's slow. It's very slow. So these colonies will all get mated queens once mated queens are coming out of my mating yard over the other side. So if there's any amount of bees on these, I need to shake them off so that I can see any rogue cells. Now some of these I don't need to check because when I took the queens out, I took a frame or even two that the queen was on, a frame of brood, and I replaced them. So obviously this is a frame that I replaced. So it was an empty. There's not going to be any cells on that. Frame is kind of an old timer, so we'll shake this one. And no cells. There should be brood. See, there's brood here because there hasn't been enough time elapse to clear the brood. You need 21 days from egg lay to emergence on a worker, 24 for a drone. So it's only been a week. And if there's cells, there's going to be, these are just cups, there's nothing, and I just habitually get rid of them. If there's cells, see there's a little cell right there. I just dig it out. Actually, yeah, that's got something in it. Just get rid of that. It's just a little queen they're making on their own, and I would rather them work on my schedule than theirs. Really, I don't want the virgins over here. Stuff on the box. Mating over here. So a lot of the cells, see this cell, it's not even capped. I'll just take that out. Now some people, they'll capture that royal jelly out of those. That's a good idea, I guess. I don't know what I'd do with it. Certainly not going to eat it. You can eat it if you want. I'm not going to eat it. I don't eat every mystical thing there is. Okay. Stick to things like pork chops and bacon. So this one's cleared. And that's all I need to do, really. There are some mated queens over in my nukes. So once I'm kind of done this, if these have enough brood in them, and this one actually had, there's 3 frames here, I think it was 3. I could actually make a little split, and I've got some nuke boxes set up on the other side. I could make a 1-frame split, or use that frame in conjunction with another one from another hive. So that's an option. But those mated queens will come from the other side and get caged and put in there for slow introduction. They were just howling, weren't they, or something? I think I checked this one. But we'll have a quick look again. It's a beautiful day. I'm sweating a lot here. I don't know what the temperature is, but I think it was going to be over 30 C today. And I'd say it's getting up mid to high 20s now. There are heavy stores in these frames. So here again we've got worker brood and drone brood. This is expected. This is my story frame. So there's still drone brood there. We'll just shake this to make sure there's kind of an old cell there I'll get rid of. I like to get rid of the remnant of an old cell so that maybe someday you come and you see that and you think, uh-oh, what happened? When it's actually nothing. This one's heavy too. So just to make the beekeeper not worry, put some of this wax in my smoker. Make it smell good. Today just some cups, just to remove those as a matter of course. Doesn't make that much difference. They sure build those fast, you know. And I know there's not going to be an egg in there because there's no queen in here. However, hey, here's a story. Twice now in doing this, I'm merrily looking through a hive that's queenless. It's been queenless for a week. And I'm seeing some pretty young larvae. So what's up with that? I think some of my virgins have been making their way over here. Oh, get that one in. Blow it in my face. Which is alright, I guess. I just have to make sure I don't add my mated queens to hives that have virgins. I didn't want the virgins over in this area, but they're not far enough away to stay out. All these queenless hives here, and they just show up. Okay, there's some nonsense going on here. It's not causing any problems, but so here's a bunch of stuff, and I don't know what it is. I don't think it's cells. It's just stuff that they kind of keep putting together at the bottom. Shake and look. See, again, this is an old cell. Long time ago. Here's mean, this was obviously brood at one time, but it's all emerged. So, a little bit of brood left in this. Not very much. They need a mated queen pretty quick. All right. This one obviously I've done. I've marked FA, Faith Apiaries, 21. And I put an R1 there because I know that was my round 1 grafting. This says add cell June 16th. I don't really remember what that means. We'll see. Well, it looks like I've added a queen to this one. Because that cage is empty. And I will leave her alone. June 16th. June 16th. I don't think I had any mated queens. June 16th. But there's something in there. So we'll leave them to it. These are marked plus C, add cell. Oh, that's just the way I marked them. I kind of thought I would add cells at that time, and then I changed my mind that I'd use mated queens. I can still add cells if I want. That's one thing, this grafting thing I started last year, grafting for the first time. You know, people think I poo-pooed grafting with my I was promoting the OTS system, and I still do, but they're different reasons. Different reasons to do OTS than grafting. Different situations, different context. Grafting opens up a different world. So we have a nice big fat cell here. And these cells would be more like walk-away split cells. Okay, that's what you're getting here. You're getting emergency cells. Oh, there's a whole bunch of them here. I don't want to miss any. You miss one, then she's going to kill your mated queen. All that hard work. And you don't know, she might end up being a good queen. Chances are less likely, is all. So a whole bunch of cups here. Not a threat, but take them out. And some of these emergency cells don't stick out very far, so you really have to shake those bees off to find them. Oh, I down my shirt. I didn't do my veil up. Oh. She stung me in the neck. Guess I should do that veil up. She might have been attracted by that mic. I know they do that. I'm gonna ditch the sunglasses too. I like wearing them, but it just makes things too dark. Yeah, sunglasses. If you're looking for eggs and larvae and whatnot, don't wear sunglasses. It doesn't work. Can't see them. Okay, did I check this one? Cells is not too bad, but see again, a bunch of cups. Not a threat. There ain't nobody in here going to be laying in a cup. But we need to just make sure there's no developed cells at all. A lot of hives check for this, but it doesn't take long, as you can see. Here's a bunch. Some honey there too. And one more. Down there. Okay. Mike rubs on my chin now and feels like a bee. Unlikely to be anything out here. This is a story frame, fresh story frame. But I'm here, it's fast. Check them all. One cell will really spoil your plans. Yeah, look at that. Got a few cups down here, cups here. Couple cells here. Just thwart their efforts. Nothing here. I get rid of this. I don't like it when it sticks out the side. Scrapes up the adjacent frame. Killing bees, and sometimes they kill your queen. And there's cells. Sure, lots of cells, eh? Cups. Funny, I can sit on that side with the smoker here and the smoke blows in my face. I sit on this side with the smoker there and the smoke blows in my face. That's weird. Just weird. That sting on the neck kind of stings. There's cups, cups, cups. Cups, cups, cells, and that's it. It doesn't take long. And I'll just get a mated queen here in the next few days as they come available. And as the beekeeper has time to go over and find them and cage them and distribute them. The beekeeper has kind of limited resources for energy. I was moving my hives around. I ended up piling a bunch of bricks on this colony, on this hive here. I'm not going to blow away. It's a nice heavy feed frame there. I'm just praying for that nectar flow. So this was a new story frame, and they've built out some drone comb on the side. Obviously, nothing has been laid in there since I took the queen out a week ago. Well, no cells at all. That's good. I may have been in here. I don't remember. It's nice to see they have brood left, though. Gotta get mated queen in here before they start deciding they should lay eggs. That kind of ruins your plans. That kind of behavior. This one might be able to be split.